Why does everybody love fall?
Fall not only brings beautiful weather, awesome scenery, but it's also the time for
sweater weather.
campfires, s'mores, and candles. So today I'm going to share with you my favorite candle, how I make it, and how you can have it for your best fall yet. Everything that you see here is the materials that we'll need to make our candle. What's not pictured is some candle dye, candle glitter, and a thermometer that is important, and also a method of heating and melting your wax. To start off, we are going to measure our wax that we need. This candle is an 8-ounce candle, so we are going to measure out 8 ounces of wax. I do believe there's probably an easier method of me cutting this wax, but I got this knife from an H Mart and I like it. It cuts the wax pretty well, but I do think there's an easier way to cut this wax. So if anyone has any thoughts, comments, concerns, or tips about how to cut some wax, I would be glad to know. Thank you. Now we're walking that over to a pen that I use, kind of like a griddle, but it's a deep griddle. So that's what I use. I have it in my little designated candle corner, and that's where I put the wax to melt. I put it to its highest temperature and just keep an eye on it, and then when I think enough time has passed, I go in with the thermometer and check to see if it's at the right temperature. So now I'm just prepping for more candles in the future and cutting some more wax. This specific wax is my preferred wax for making candles. Some people use soy wax, some people use beeswax. It's whatever. I personally use coconut apricot green wax. Now we are getting ready to prep our vessel or jar. We are putting the wick holders onto wick stickers so we can stick the wicks in them. What is not pictured is dipping the wick into melted wax so that it can firm up. It's supposedly a more sturdier wick. This is just prep work for the candle at this point while we are waiting on the wax to get to a temperature. I usually try to do it between 180 degrees and 185 degrees. Those are the temperatures that I like to pour the fragrance oils in. So right now we're measuring out our fragrance oil. You want the fragrance oils to be a good ratio to wax so that it's not too strong and that it's not too soft. So now we give that a nice little stir. Also at this part, be careful just so it doesn't spill out, because if you spin too vigorously, it could possibly do that. I'm looking back at this and I feel like I should tell myself to stop stirring so hard. I am getting my candle dye out. That is me grabbing the glitter because this candle is a special one, because I think the glitter just kind of adds to the overall theme of the candle. Now this is me grabbing a paper towel, just pour some alcohol on that, wipe down all the tools. I just wipe down the wick cutters. Sometimes it has wax on it. I try to wipe that down before I cut a different candle that has a different fragrance, just because I'm a little paranoid that the smell will get into the other one. But I've already wiped down the inside of that vessel. We have changed locations, and I have the tile because I'm using kind of an old dining room table, and putting hot stuff directly on it will mess it up. Now I am stirring the fragrance oil into the melted wax. Stir it in there to where you think it's fully incorporated. I'm putting the dye in there, and you know, with this type of candle dye, you're kind of just measuring from your heart. And then after you think it's a good time, what I try to do, the top that's over here in the left hand corner, I try to put like a drop of wax over there to let it harden and then see if it's the color that I want. So now I'm just stirring in the glitter. now we're just pouring the finished concoction into the vessel. Wax pouring is very pretty, so eventually I would like to have different shots. I use the wick holders. That's not what that's for. It's for the kind wicks, but I use it if I want it to be a little bit more centered and straight. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes I get holes in the candle. It takes some finessing. What I do is melt down a wax, because like I said, most of the times I do have leftover wax after I've finished putting all of the ingredients in. So I will re-pour so that way I can fill the hole and then make a fun top and just a little touch of glitter. The next thing you do is wipe down the outside. You don't really need the warning labels. Get them if you are planning to give them to anyone else. Wherever the wick is facing, that's where I try to put my label at. It makes it look a little bit more put together. Yeah, that is it. It is all done. I have given myself a tiny round of applause, and you should too, because you have just finished making a candle. So congratulations. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. This is Maya from Synchronized Sense. Bye.